Hey there. Are you wondering if you're truly ready to retire early? But how do you know if you're genuinely ready to make it a reality? It takes more than just crunching numbers because there are both financial and non financial indicators to consider, and they work together to give you a complete picture of readiness. In this video, we'll run through a checklist of key items that show you're ready to step away from work and into this next chapter of life. Let's start by looking at the financial aspects and see if you're ready to take the leap. The first is your savings rate. It's the cornerstone of your ability to retire early. Are you financially ready? A common benchmark in the FIRE or Financial Independence Retire Early movement is having 25 times your annual expenses saved. This is based on the 4% rule, which assumes you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio annually in the first year and then adjust for inflation for future years so that you don't run out of money. However, it's important to understand that the 4% rule and the 25 times annual expenses benchmark are really just rough guidelines to quickly evaluate your financial readiness for early retirement. While these benchmarks serve our purpose in discussing basic financial signs, your retirement planning will need to go deeper. And we'll discuss that much more in my next video. How much do I really need to retire? So be sure to watch that next. For example, as an early retiree, depending upon the age you plan to retire early, you might need to adopt a more conservative withdrawal rate, such as 3.5% or even lower, and saving more than 25 times, perhaps 30 to 35 times, to hedge against market downturns and provide a cushion for a potentially long retirement. This is because the 25 times annual expenses and 4% rule are based only on a 30-year retirement. But depending upon your early retirement age, you could be retired much longer than that. So you want to ensure you won't outlive your savings. The second item on our checklist is your investment returns. Your investments should consistently outpace inflation. If your portfolio is generating returns above inflation, your savings will continue to grow during retirement. This also ties into your withdrawal rate, of course. Are you withdrawing less than your investment's growth rate? If so, you're in a strong position to sustain your finances indefinitely. The third item on our checklist is being debt free. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles to financial independence. It's essential to be debt free prior to retiring early. Pulling from your retirement savings to cover debts can quickly erode your financial foundation and derail your plans. When you're not in debt, you're only withdrawing from your retirement assets to cover your living expenses, giving you more control and stability in managing your finances during retirement. The fourth item on our checklist is having an emergency fund. While traditional advice for working individuals suggests 3 to 6 months and 6 to 12 months if your income is less stable and an emergency fund, to retire early, you need to have an even larger emergency fund, at least 12 to 24 months. This money needs to be in very conservative funds, such as high yield savings accounts, money market, or cash management accounts. Basically, you want this money in accounts that are low risk and easily liquid. Besides having easily liquid money to cover anything life throws at you, a big reason to have this money set aside is so you can cover your living expenses in a bear market rather than pulling from funds from your investments during a market downturn, which could mean selling assets at a loss and reducing the long-term growth potential of your investment portfolio. Historically, bear markets have ranged in duration, with the average lasting 9.6 months. However, some last longer than that, of course. So, because of this, financial experts often recommend retirees maintain a cash reserve to cover 1 to 2 years worth of living expenses. I myself play it on the conservative side and have 2 years in cash accounts. And believe me, this gives me great peace of mind because I know when we do have a bear market, I can wait to pull from funds from my investment portfolio until the market recovers. The fifth financial item on our checklist is, do you have income sources that allow for penalty free withdrawals? Now, this is key to be able to retire early. One such option is the Rule of 55, which lets you withdraw from your 401k penalty free if you leave the job you have the 401k with after turning 55, but before age 59 and a half. This can be a crucial bridge to access funds without incurring penalties. Another common income source is a taxable brokerage account. Unlike retirement accounts, these funds are accessible at any time, at any age, without restrictions. Rental income can also be a valuable source of steady cash flow. Whether from long term rentals or short term vacation properties, it's a way to generate income without tapping into savings. Also, if you retire early, that doesn't mean that you can't do things that earn income. If you can do something that you enjoy, but also brings an income, why not? Retirement is not about just sitting around, but it is about choosing what you want to do each day and things that you enjoy. Having a variety of income sources ensures you're not overly reliant on any one account or asset, adding financial security and stability to your early retirement. The sixth item on our checklist is a big one: health insurance. Health insurance is a significant hurdle for making an early retirement decision. Have you researched options to bridge the gap until Medicare kicks in at 65? For example, the ACA or Affordable Care Act Marketplace is a great option, and you can easily get an estimate online and see what subsidies you may qualify for that can greatly reduce the cost of your premiums. Then there are also offerings from health sharing ministries, private health insurance, or getting part time work with a company that offers health insurance to part time employees. Or if your spouse is still working and has employer sponsored health insurance, you may be eligible for coverage under their plan. Planning ahead, though, for medical expenses is essential to be able to retire early. The last item on the financial side of our checklist is that your financial needs will ultimately depend upon your retirement lifestyle. If you plan to travel extensively or pursue costly hobbies, ensure your savings and income sources can support these goals. Conversely, a more frugal lifestyle may allow you to retire earlier than you thought possible. All right, now that we've gone through the financial items on our checklist, I also want to go through some non financial ones. These are very important as well to ensure you're ready for early retirement and can thrive in it. And I'm definitely speaking from experience here as an early retiree, as it's a big change. So you need to be prepared for the emotional and psychological side of it. First, is you need to have a clear sense of purpose for your early retirement life. Do you have a vision for what your post retirement life will look like? Knowing what you want to achieve and how you'll spend your time is key to staying engaged and fulfilled. You need to retire to something. What are your dreams and passions you want to pursue now that you have the time? If you don't have this figured out and don't know how you're going to fill your days and have purpose, you are going to get bored and could very well end up regretting your decision. The second is, are you emotionally ready? Retirement is a significant life change. Are you looking forward to it with excitement rather than anxiety? If you've reflected on your career and feel content to leave it behind, you're likely emotionally ready. For me, I was very much ready. I had worked in healthcare IT for almost 30 years and was tired of the stress and the effect it was having on my health. I was at a point where I was ready to let go of that career, which helped me adjust tremendously in retirement. Third, do you have a strong support system? Having a network of family and friends who support your decision is invaluable. Have open and honest discussions with your spouse or partner to ensure you're on the same page about your future plans. And especially great is if you can connect with family or friends that have also early retired. You can learn from their experiences and get support from them, as well as mutually support each other once you're in early retirement. Just having someone that is or has gone through the same experience as you that you can talk to makes a huge difference. The fourth is, do you have a desire for new experiences? If you're eager to travel, learn new skills, or pursue passions you didn't have time for while working, it's a strong sign that you're ready for this new chapter. The fifth is, are you of good health and well being? Good physical and mental health will allow you to fully enjoy retirement. Take stock of your well being and ensure you're prepared to engage in an active lifestyle. This will help you thrive in retirement. Six is your current work satisfaction. If you've reached a point where you're tired of the 9 to 5 grind, the stress, corporate politics, endless meetings, and your work no longer brings you fulfillment and you're excited about what's next, you're more than likely ready to move on to this next chapter. So that's it. My complete checklist of financial and non financial items to check off to evaluate if you're ready to potentially early retire. A surprising realization for many of you is that financial readiness alone is not enough. The emotional and psychological aspects of early retirement are really just as crucial. Both financial and non financial indicators work together to provide a comprehensive picture of your readiness. Neglecting either side of the equation could lead to challenges down the road. So, what about you? How do you feel you are with these checklist items? Do you feel you may be ready to retire early? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. And don't forget to check out this next video where we'll dive into the financial side of it some more. Really, how to determine how much money you need to retire early. My name is Mike Upland. I'm an early retiree at 55. And thanks for watching, and please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps out this small channel more than you know, and I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care and make the most of today.